Right, in today's video, I'm going to specifically talk about what happens if you use copywritten music in your YouTube videos, what happens if you get a copyright claim versus what happens if you get a copyright strike on YouTube, the difference between copyright-free and royalty-free, and where I personally get my music for my YouTube videos and how I avoid getting copyright claims and copyright strikes. Now, I already know how some of you work, so I will have timestamps in the description box below, so you can feel free to jump ahead to any of the sections that is most appealing to you, but I do highly recommend that you watch this entire video all the way through because there is some juicy legal stuff that you need to know about. With that being said, I am not a lawyer. I cannot legally give you legal advice, so take this as a best practice and make sure to seek legal advice if you do find yourself in any trouble when it comes to copyright laws. Alright, so Google definition states that copyright is the legal concept that works, art, writing, images, music, and more belong to the people who create them. And according to copyright law, any original content you create and record in a lasting form is your own intellectual property. For example, the YouTube video you're watching right now is my intellectual property because I made it and I am the original copyright owner. So if you decide to download this video and upload it to your own YouTube channel, I can then take legal action because I own the rights to this original content. Now, there are ways to officially register your work for copyright, but this is not actually needed. It's just an extra form of protection. And when you upload content to YouTube, there is a standard YouTube license, and that basically gives YouTube the right to distribute your video, but it does state that you are the original person as long as you made it and you didn't steal someone else's video, such as downloading one of my videos and uploading it to your own channel. So technically, everything is copywritten, even if you didn't legally register for a copyright on your work of art. Now, this is where we get into the term of copyright-free and royalty-free because a lot of people will use it interchangeably, but it actually means two different things. So the term copyright-free means that the copyright itself has expired or a second party has acquired the right to use that work. So for instance, I am the original copyright of this video, but then I say, you know what, I'm gonna allow people to use it. I basically given up my copyright and now you have permission to use that video. On the other hand, royalty-free means a licensee, which in this case would be you, the content creator, can use the work, which is the music for your YouTube videos, without owning the copyright or paying any royalties per use basis. So if you decide to use super bass in your intro, then guess what? You owe royalties to Nicki Minaj, which is most likely going to be in the form of a copyright claim on your YouTube video, which we'll get to that in just a second. Now, this is one of the reasons if you go to a royalty-free website service that allows you to use stuff, you are going to have to pay a subscription fee anywhere from like $5 up to like $30 or more. And this is because you are paying for a service that helps protect you and allows you to use work without you having to worry about copyright claims or copyright strikes. Now, if you do use copywritten music without permission, you will most likely get a copyright claim. And this is because the original copyright owner doesn't necessarily want you to take down the video, but they do want their royalties for the music that you're using. Now, the positive side to copyright claims is other than the negative effect of you being unable to collect money, there's actually nothing else that really happens. And you're able to erase copyright claims. So you can either delete your video altogether if you don't want to keep the video up, or you can just remove the section that is copywritten, or you can just replace that section with a song that is in the YouTube music library because that is copyright-free music, and then the copyright claim will go away because you're no longer using the copywritten song. On the other hand, according to YouTube, if you get a copyright strike, it means that a copyright owner submitted a complete and valid legal takedown request for using their copyright protected content. So when you get this type of formal notification, YouTube will then take down your video and you will have a strike on your channel. Now, strikes, unlike claims, are not able to be erased. So even if you deleted the video before YouTube could formally take it down, you will still see a strike on your channel. Now, if you do happen to get a copyright strike, it will typically go away after 90 days, but you may be limited to accessing certain features like going live while that strike is on your channel, and it also will stop you from getting monetized. So if you reach reach your monetization threshold, if you have a strike on your channel, then it will stop you from getting monetized until that strike goes away. So to avoid claims or strikes on my YouTube content, make sure that I'm just creating my own content. So I will try to shoot my own B-roll as much as possible, or I will take my own photos as much as possible. This way I am the original content or copyright owner for all of the material that is placed into my videos. And again, I don't have to worry about having somebody else who's the original owner come and try to claim my video because I use their like GIF or Google picture or something. Unfortunately, I don't know how to make my own music, so I do have to use services like today's sponsor, which is Soundstripe. So Soundstripe is a royalty-free music, sound effects, and video subscription platform that allows you to go through their library of music and sound effects and even stock videos and use it for your own content without having to worry about copyright claims on YouTube, copyright strikes, or having to pay royalties to the person who originally made that music or that sound effect or that piece of content. And the best part about it is any content that I made that contains music from Soundstripe during an active subscription is protected forever. So even if I don't have a subscription moving forward, Soundstripe cannot claim any music that, or any of my videos that contain music during my active subscription. So this is super important because I have been burned in the past, and it's one of the reasons why I use Soundstripe as my go-to music platform, is because I have had people come to me and make music and say, hey, I'm really trying to get my music out there. I would love for you to use my music in your YouTube videos. You don't have to worry about everything. Like, they're giving me permission, and I've done it. And then years later, I get a copyright claim because that artist or that song has been picked up by a record label. The record label now owns copyright laws or rights to that music, and now they're claiming the music. Of course, there are ways for you to fight it if you have proof that the original copyright owner gave you permission to use it, but these record labels have huge legal teams, so a lot of times it's a huge hassle, or if it's not in a like written contract, then it's going to be harder to fight, because if it's just like an email, you can just be like, yeah, they said it, and you never know if that's actually the person that said it. So I have seen this happen to so many creators, or if they use like YouTube channels that say like copyright free music, and then years later they're getting claims and strikes, and it can really mess up your income, especially if you're monetized in the YouTube Partner Program. I've learned my lesson. I stay away from those, and I get my music from Soundstripe because I know my music or my videos are going to be protected forever, even if I decide later on to switch to a different company or cancel my subscription. And since Soundstripe is sponsoring today's video, they have given you guys a discount, so you can sign up for Soundstripe absolutely free. Take a look around and see what you like, what you don't like, listen to some of the music, and if you decide to go ahead and purchase one of 3 of their subscriptions, you can get 15% off with the discount code navigatingyt. And to help you out even more, I created this video right here that goes through some of my favorite songs, especially for lifestyle vloggers, and I showed you how you can edit with those songs, so make sure to check that video out and get out there, make some content, and let's grow together.